morning. The late rebound on Monday is likely to spill over into today's trading session as well, at least at the beginning. The closing could also be higher if there are no nasty surprises from India Inc. and no negative news flows from the overseas markets. We expect the bounce back to stretch a bit more this week. And if this does happen, the Nifty is likely to meet resistance first at 6,125 to 6,150 and then thereafter at 6,305. The FI inflows seem to have tapered off a little lately and one needs to watch it closely. Elsewhere in Asia, most of the markets are up. Chinese stocks have also recovered after a weak opening and the US stocks gained on the back of Citigroup's improved earnings and an encouraging report on the housing sector. European stock indices also rose. Lots of results are scheduled for today. We also have the listing of Oberoi Realty Limited and the Coal India IPO has been subscribed 0.34 times at the end of day 1. It closes on the 21st of October. Overall, the market undertone is quite positive, notwithstanding 2 weeks of minor losses, but one needs to be cautious as things might turn a little bit more volatile. Reports suggest that IOC's proposed FPO is much bigger than the Coal India IPO, worth around 190 billion rupees. A lot of public sector issues are lined up over the next few months apart from the private issues. With these, the government looks all set to meet its disinvestment target for financial year 2011. The fiscal deficit picture too would look a lot better thanks to the bumper harvest reap from 3G and BWA auctions. India is pretty much hot and happening right now, so the deluge of FI money will persist even as the world economy limps along. The opening of India's biggest ever IPO, that is Coal India Limited, will continue to hog the limelight till the shares get listed on the eve of Diwali. On the whole, the issue should sail through given its status as a blue-chip state-run coal producer with robust existing business and compelling future prospects. How various financial markets cope with it would be watched closely. The RBI is likely to intervene as FI inflows are set to jump due to the Coal India IPO. The BSE and NSE have decided to implement pre-market call auctions. This is a special 15-minute trading window starting at 9 a.m. from the 18th of October, and the main aim is to enable better price discovery in the market at the opening bell. Shares of Oberoi Realty Limited will get listed on the bourses today and should do reasonably well, going by the response it got in its IPO. The results to be declared today are Alembic, Bajaj Auto, Bajaj Holdings, Cadilla, Concor, Greaves Cotton, HCL Tech, HDFC Bank, Ingersoll Rand India, Mysore Chemicals, Mindtree, Polaris, Relicare Enterprises and Supreme Industries. The FIIs were net sellers of Rs 3.35 billion in the cash segment on Monday provisionally, according to the NSE website. Local funds were net sellers of Rs 12.18 billion. In the F&O segment, the foreign funds were net sellers at Rs 12.91 billion. The G20 summit scheduled for this week in South Korea could be a stormy affair. Whether the top leaders are able to resolve differences over currency matters remains to be seen. For now, though, the dollar remains under pressure amid rising expectations of Q2 expectations from the Fed early next month. Fed Chief Ben Bernanke on Friday reiterated that the US Central Bank is considering further easing but stopping short of divulging details. Most experts believe that the Fed is going to launch a second round of asset purchases after its policy meeting that is due on the 3rd of November. The question is what will a second round of quantitative easing look like? European earnings season has also kicked off even as results trickle in from US companies. China will likely dominate the market news this week with a raft of economic reports on tap. Investors in the US will face heavy week of earnings. A slew of housing sector reports will also be released in the US this week apart from statistics on industrial production, Fed's Beige Book survey, weekly jobless claims, leading economic indicators and the Philly Fed Index. Germany will announce ZEW survey of economic sentiments and IIFL business outlook. Minutes from the BOE and RBA's last policy meetings will also be issued besides the UK retail sales. China's Q3 GDP and September economic indicators will also be watched closely. Moving on to the recommendations, the technical calls are a buy on Biocon. We recommend high-risk traders to buy the stock above levels of Rs 405 with a stop loss to be maintained at Rs 398 for a target price of Rs 425. And a buy on Jindal Saw. We advise buying the stock in the range of Rs 216 to Rs 218 with a stop loss to be maintained at Rs 213 for a target price of Rs 230. The derivative strategies are long ITC October future in the range of Rs 172 to Rs 174 for a target price of rupees 182 and a stop loss is to be placed at rupees 167. And long Yes Bank October future in the range of rupees 357 to rupees 359 for a target price of rupees 377 and a stop loss is to be placed at rupees 347. Thank you and have a great day ahead.